Hey Rasmanites, just a quick favor that I wanted to ask all of you. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, and you'll understand why when you hear what the favor is, because it just specifically pertains to one audience, really, unless you just want to be a really great friend and supporter. I've created a new second main channel. It's called The Razman Wrestling. It's not going to be the Razman's reality show. I don't think that I'm even going to use the word Razmanites for all of you over there. It's just going to be specifically for wrestling talk done in the manner that you see all the wrestling shooters do their videos. Now, I know what you're thinking. Didn't I create Pro Wrestling United for this purpose? To get my wrestling fandom out there? Yeah, I did. But the channel wasn't, excuse me, got a little tongue tied there. The channel really wasn't taking off the way that we'd all hoped it would. So we made a group decision yesterday. The only person that hasn't voted is Polite Mediocrity, but he will vote. And we made a group decision yesterday to make it a completely group-oriented channel. So we're all going to predetermine our topics. We're all going to have discussions on the same topic. We're still going to do the wrestling roundtable predictions, all of that. But it's going to be 100% group oriented. And as such, I needed a different outlet for just pure wrestling talk. So I'm going to have two main channels. Both are going to be on a 48-hour rotation. So if you want to go and subscribe to the Razman Wrestling, please go and do so. If you don't, because that's not your thing, that's fine too. This is basically just me putting the channel out there for those that would be interested in it here on this one. And now let's get to the state of the Cincinnati Bengals address Week 5, 2010. How's it hanging, Razmanites? Yep, you caught me. I just went ahead and filmed the last episode and today's episode on the same day, just to make it easier, because this one is going to be another short one. So welcome to the State of the Cincinnati Bengals address, Week 5, 2010. Today, on the Razman's Reality. First of all, I apologize for not being all geared up. I try to film this series, as you know, right after every game. But last night, I had the pleasure of having my cousin come over and hang out with me and watch the game. And then I had to do a Pro Wrestling United pay-per-view predictions video last night. So I just didn't have time to film the two videos if I wanted the Pro Wrestling United video to be up before the pay-per-view, which naturally you do if you're doing pay-per-view predictions. So, let's get into Week 5. Unfortunately, the Bengals on the wrong side of the scoreboard yet again by a final score of 24-21, losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm not going to complain about a last-second field goal from the Buccaneers to win this game, because really, it was the Bengals' play that put them in that position. Carson Palmer, I just don't know what's wrong with this guy this year. He's gone from one of the most accurate passers in the NFL to just being sloppy this year and just making bad decisions. Yeah, I know our offensive line has been very suspect, and until this game, Cedric Benson had not been running well, because the offensive line wasn't giving him holes or weren't giving Carson protection, and Carson has to make quicker decisions. But just because you have to make quick decisions doesn't mean you have to make bad ones. And Carson made bad ones. He threw 3 interceptions in this game, and that is why the Bengals are losers in this one. The touchdowns came in the form of a long bomb, another long bomb, T.O., Terrell Owens once again the standout player for the Bengals for the second straight week. A touchdown pass to Jermaine Gresham, and a 2 field goal day from Mike Nugent. So that is how we got to our 21 points. And as I said, the defense just didn't perform well. They allowed the Buccaneers to keep on scoring, and it was bad decisions on the part of the offense that allowed Tampa Bay to win this game. So unfortunately, the Bengals stand at a record of 2-3, and while again, in the last week, it's too early to throw in the proverbial towel, it does make you a little bit more depressed as a Bengals fan, because not very many teams that start 2-3 make the playoffs. So we'll have to wait and see if we can turn this season around in 2 weeks, in week 7 against the Atlanta Falcons. We have a bye week next week in week 6. So we won't see another episode of this series as a result of that for 2 weeks. This is reality according to the Razman. And Razman style is not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.